Heavy rains have left large parts of China's central Henan province underwater. Millions of people have been affected as a year's worth of rain fell in just 3 days. At least a dozen people have died in the capital, Zhengzhou.
It's commuter rush hour, but travelers are trapped as floodwaters course below the ground in Henan, submerging this subway platform. Inside carriages, commuters stand on seats as floodwaters rise ominously around them. Others hold on to handrails, fighting the currents.
水冲劲太大了，就直接给冲走了。当时我们剩下的几个人，我跟其中有一个孩儿，我们俩因为没劲儿了，当时都差点想放弃了，但是就一直胳膊拐着那旁边那根管儿。
锅里砸了一点，砸到上面了，然后有了那个空气，要不然的话都可憋可难受。
当时水到底什么位置？
我站到那个台阶上到这儿。
Streets have turned into rapidly flowing rivers. Cars and buses are submerged in muddy waters. Thousands have spent the night in their workplaces or checked into hotels. Some have been swept away by the strong torrents. Floods in China are common during the rainy season, but the threat has worsened over the decades as dams and levees disrupt water flows. Soldiers have also been deployed to rivers with sandbags as some dams threaten to burst. But the rising water levels have shown no signs of letting up for now.
Lo Minmin joins us live now from Beijing. Minmin, is there a clear picture of the extent of this damage?
Well, at the Henan press conference that ended just over 2 hours ago, the authorities acknowledged that they don't have complete statistics at the moment, but they do know that over 1.2 million people in over 500 villages and towns in Henan province is affected. Remember, Henan is one of the most populous province in China, and its capital city, Zhengzhou, sits on the banks of the Yellow River, the second longest river in China, which has a history of causing some of the most catastrophic floods over the past few hundred years. Earlier, they have revised the death toll from 12 to 25 and said that 7 people have lost contact. They don't know if they're dead or alive, and it's really difficult to assess the full extent of the damage right now because phone signals are down. Earlier, there was a passenger train carrying over 700 people on board that came to a standstill for over 40 hours. People are out of food and water. Their phone batteries are flat and people are uncontactable. And what's making matters worse is the huge logistical challenge now. Public transport is shut down in 26 cities. Metro lines are down. There are no bullet trains into the cities now. Highways are affected. But the good news is at the press conference earlier, they said that the expressways around Zhengzhou has resumed normal traffic. And that's really going to help with any rapid needs assessment and rescue efforts underway.
Well, those rescue efforts, indeed, they are progressing, Minmin. But what's going to happen now since more bad weather is expected?
Yes, just today, nearly 2,000 firefighters from the neighboring 7 provinces were activated. And President Xi has said that the People's Liberation Army and paramilitary will be activated. Some 3,000 military personnel already being sent there, and the rescue team comes with boats, with pumping vehicles and flood rescue kits. But I think the biggest worry right now is the risk of a COVID-19 outbreak flaring up just as the authorities are keeping control over the effects of the natural disaster. And this is something President Xi has been warning local authorities about a lot. Is at stake here, not just for their local citizens, but also the world would be watching how Beijing responds to this, especially after they have made such a big deal of their success in tamping down coronavirus.
Minmin, thank you for that update on the situation with the floods in central China. Lo Minmin there in Beijing.